Some people, they are in alignment with your values, the culture of the company, and they're performing really high. They're amazing people. So you need to hold on to them and reward them, support them, promote them, do whatever it takes to keep them. This is what you do. So there are five type of people in your team. So let's classify them and see where they are in your team and who are who and who to promote and who to fire and who to train and what to do with this Bob that I don't know how to deal with. So the first type of people is, let's call it A players. A players are high performing people. They are very highly performing and they are really good in alignment with the culture of the company. You as a person, as a business owner, your values convert into culture. One more time. It's your values that is converted into the company values, especially in the starting stages of a company. And it shapes into a culture. So in other words, some people, they are in alignment with your values, the culture of the company, and they're performing really high. They're amazing people. So you need to hold on to them and reward them, support them, promote them, do whatever it takes to keep them. This is what you do. Second type of people is B players. B players are high in culture. They're in alignment with your company value, high in culture with the team. They show up for every picnic. They are very friendly to everybody. They're nice people, everything good, but they are not performing good. And because they are not performing good, you kind of are unhappy with their results, but you're very happy. They are really positive people. They're very encouraging. They believe in your dream. They believe in your mission. What do you do with them? You train them because what they are lacking is skill. What they are lacking is skill. So you give them the skills to grow and become a better version of themselves. How do you do that? By giving specific training. If they're in sales, they don't know sales enough, teach them sales. If they're in marketing, send them to a marketing course. If they're in operations, teach them management, right? So give them the skills so that they could perform better. And the third type of people are C players. Who are C players? C players are the people who are high in performance. They're really good in performance. They perform so good, but you hate them. You hate them. Why? Because they are so much in misalignment with your culture. They don't do the paperwork. They don't do the thing. They don't show up for a meeting. They don't show up for the picnic. They're not nice to people. They're so arrogant. It's a pain in the ass to handle them. Bottom line. What do you do with them? First of all, they are slightly more difficult than B players. B players are nice, friendly people. C players are not that friendly, not that nice. But they're performing people. Okay? So instead of firing them, like kind of have one-on-one conversations with them. Talk to them, tell them, this is our culture. I would like you to be part of it because I see you as a really high-performing person. Aspire them, connect with their aspiration, get them to find their higher self to align with the team. Show them this is our value. This is what we stand by. And I'm not seeing that values in you. I would like to invite you to do these things this way. Do your best and train them. And if they still suck, just fire them. But that's how you deal with C players. You train them not on the skill, because skill they are good. Train them to be more in alignment with culture. So train them on the culture. Have one-on-one conversation with them. Build private, like sometimes these are really good people. They don't know how to because they are probably slightly weird, slightly different. It's okay. Give them, guide them, get them to become A players. And even B players, get them to become A players. C players, get them to become A players. That's what we do. Now that gets me to the final part of the base 4 type employees, which is D players. So D players basically are not a match with culture, not a match in performance. They are not performing well. They are not matching with the culture. I bet you have somebody like that. Some companies that I work with have dozens of people like this. And you cannot fire them all right away. but you need to have a plan to start firing them. In fact, I recommend that you fire one of them this week. Why? Because every time you are not firing a D player, you're doing injustice to them. What does that mean? It means that every time you are not allowing them to be happy, you're being cruel to them. What do I mean by that? What it means is they're not fitting your culture. They're not performing. They have a miserable life with you. Do you want them to stay in miserable life with you and have a horrible life experience working? No. Just fire them so that they could find and be compassionate about it and let them find their culture. That's what you do. That brings me to my final point, which is A+ players. Almost nobody will let go of their A+ players. What is an A+ player? A+ player is an A player who is high performance, high culture, but they run their job like they are the CEO of their company. They don't run their job as if they are the CEO of your company. No. They consider their job as a CEO, which means they are the CEO of their job. And they are high performing. They're high with culture. These employees, you don't get a lot. First of all, mostly you almost never get an A+ player into a company because nobody will let them go. But if you get them, keep them.